What's in a name? Hello and welcome to the bar. If you're like most people, you have a casual knowledge of a couple of Shakespeare's plays. I mean, you probably had to read Julius Caesar in high school, maybe Macbeth or Twelfth Night, and everybody is pretty familiar with Romeo and Juliet or Hamlet. But how many of you out there really know Merry Wives of Windsor, or even As You Like It? I mean, suppose you're cast in one of Shakespeare's less popular plays, and you've got to create a character you've never even heard of. Or you have a really, really good monologue and you have no idea what the character's even all about. Where do you start? Well, how about the name? Character names are really useful in determining what the author had in mind when they were creating the character. And this holds true even today with contemporary writing. Now, there's a difference between historical names, people who actually lived and died, and names that the authors just made up, right, for the play. And today I'm just going to focus on names that the author just made up. I mean, are you Hero, someone of exceptional courage, or Leonardo, like a lion? See, Shakespeare's audiences were more in tune with what names meant back then, and so they would associate Juliet with youthful, or Desdemona with unlucky. Okay, maybe they wouldn't be familiar with Desdemona, but Desdemona does mean unlucky. And Shakespeare's audiences were more familiar with Greek and Roman mythology, so those names that have those Greek and Roman mythological roots would be familiar to them. Cupid, Hymen, Paris, Diana. Those are all names that they would know the myths of, and they wouldn't be surprised if the character named Diana had something in common with the goddess of the hunt. My favorite use of names, though, comes from The Two Gentlemen of Verona, the first Shakespeare I ever directed. The two gentlemen in the play are named Valentine and Proteus. Now, the name Valentine, even though there is a Saint Valentine the Martyr, and English audiences would be familiar with that story, the transformation of Saint Valentine into this Christianized version of Cupid, the god of love, was already well established in England by the 1400s, and so his audiences would have associated Valentine with love. And indeed, the character of Valentine spends most of the play talking about how much he is in love with Sylvia. Now, Proteus, on the other hand, is the other gentleman in the play, and as my actor was thrilled to tell me, it comes from Greek mythology. And it is something that is a shape shifting sea god who could change his appearance at will. The name became used to describe something or someone that was highly versatile or changeable. Well, in the play, Proteus starts off as Valentine's best friend and then decides he's going to steal Sylvia from him and get Valentine banished from the kingdom. And then in the end, he becomes best friends with Valentine again. Isn't that awesome?